have already entered the month of July and 6 months have already passed, and can you believe that it's going to be 2025 in less than 6 months. So now it's the time of the year where I am going to show the 6 months flip through of my Sterling Ink planner. Let's get on to it. Previously, I have shown my planner system for the Sterling Ink. If you are interested to know how is my system, I will put a link up here so you can go and take a look at that video. My planner setup is pretty much the same, and this is the Sterling Ink B6 planner, by the way, and I have stuck this vellum paper from Sterling Ink as well because it is pretty and I prefer to have this kind of color on my planner. And then I stuck some sticker paper. This is from the Cloth and Paper brown stickers that I got from one of their subscription box before, and I have just put them on so that it's an indicator that 6 months have passed. Now we are in the month of July, and this is my vision based on my roles, and I've also put in my affirmations and some quotes to give me a reminder. Like this one is, the same level of thinking that created the problem won't solve the problem, which is by Albert Einstein. And I like this because sometimes I always think over and over of the same problem, but it's just that I need to, when I look at this, I will realize that, you know what, I need to change my thoughts. I have to like step back and then change whatever thoughts that I came about, you know. So anyway, so these are the tabs that I've put, which is, this is for my vision and goals, quarterly, monthly, weekly, and my master list. And for this is the vision and goals is here. So I've also created a video on how I created this page, how I use this page. So if you want to take a look at that, make sure that you visit this link here. So first quarter, I really did not know how to use this page, so it's pretty much empty. I was tracking for a while, and this part I was not very sure how to do it. I just checked out my targets for that particular month. Okay, and in the quarter two, I somewhat decided to use this part as my monthly review section. So I had a theme for each month based on how the entire month went, and the April month was revelation because there are a lot of things that was revealed to me when I was like into deep mode of working. So there were a lot of things that I was unsure of, and I felt that the April month has revealed so many things that I have misunderstood. So I was able to identify all those things, and hence the reason why I called it the month of revelation. And on the month of May, I was supposed to go deep into working mode, but I had a few of my relatives visiting on the month of May. It was a really busy month where it was more focused on connecting the relationship, so that's why I put this as a theme of relationship. And the month of June, because I was quite busy in the month of May, I neglected on my health part. I just went on and on non-stop, and then all of a sudden, once everyone went back, I just fell sick. I was having fever, flu, and cough. It was quite bad, and that's why it's the month of where I focused on my health and to rejuvenate myself. This part I supposed to track on my habit, but I realized that I don't really like to track my habit because I have my phone to do that, and I feel like it's redundant, so I just stopped tracking completely. But it's something that I want to start, but it's just that I'm confused on what are the things that I want to keep track of. So it's still something that I am working on, and probably I don't really want to track. I don't know. So let's see how it goes for the next month. So now that we have entered the quarter three, these are my focus for this month. But once again, I haven't started on any habit tracking. Alright, I got this planner in the month of February, so I have some of the calendar pages free for the school day. So I just stuck my daughter's schedule for school days and school holidays in my planner itself, and this is a 30-day content calendar that I got from Juman, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this calendar is kind of an instigator for me to create my Instagram, and I just stuck it here so that if I'm like, I don't know how to start my Instagram, I will just look into this and then I will create my Instagram post. Alright, so this is how my calendar is. I initially put in the achievement of this month and my task for the months. That goes on for February, March, and on April I started to focus on the project instead on the side, instead of putting a list of tasks here. So on calendars I pretty much track on the holidays, any appointments, school holidays, or anything that's important. Alright, okay, so these are my calendars. As you can see, in the month of June I stopped decorating because it's just that it's overwhelming to do a lot of decoration. So my focus on the planner is only on functional planning, so I really didn't bother. I just started to track on the important events, and then I just highlight them to differentiate. One is for school, another one is for personal, and that's how I color code them. Okay, this is month of July. All right, and then I was initially started to keep track of my project, but this is the project which I have cancelled because I decided not to do this project. So this is something that I have not continued with. Okay, these are some important notes that I have wrote in my planner because I have all these empty pages. Might as well use this to write something important, right? And then for the weekly page, okay, I just do my pre-week planning, and on the side here I will list down all the tasks that I need to do for that particular week, and then these are my main thing that I plan to do for that week. So these are not based on what I have already done, but this is based on what I was planning to do on that week. So usually this one I will do on the Sunday prior to this week. So initially I did not do any color codes for this, and it was difficult for me to see what work needs to be done. So what I did was, as I went on, I realized my mistake. The icons alone does not help me, but these highlighters help me to identify, you know what, this is the thing that I need to focus on. So I began to use color coding. So at first I only identified my deep work, and eventually I moved on to jot down all when I need to go and drop off at school and pick up from school. Okay, so the empty days, I really did not have time to do pre-week planning, so I'll just leave it empty. So in the month of May, as I mentioned, it was a month that is busy with all visits and helping them buy stuff and going here and going there. So in June I was not well, so I tried to do as much as I could, but I just couldn't. So you can see here that it's literally very plain because I am trying to get back into the work mode. So yeah, that's why this page is plain with no decoration. And towards the end I managed to pull back all my strength to do my planning, and I love this so much because I can literally see that I have rised up like a completely different person, because I felt like this is the page where I was very clear on what are the things I need to do. So I guess having all this rest before is really important for me to have a real great comeback start on my work. Okay, so this is already entered July. So moving on to the daily page, as I mentioned earlier, I only started planning on the month of February. So my system was I do a master task list and then I do my daily planning, which I have divided the page into two. I do quote some of the important notes in the daily page. I write my appointments and my to-do list and some important notes for that day. So, and then by the end of the week, I did a weekly review, and I also do an expectation for next week and the target for next week. So this continues for the following month, and once the month ends, I also do a monthly review and also a monthly expectation. Okay, and then at the beginning of the March, I will start back with the master task list and then continue with the daily planning, and then I would do a weekly review and a next week expectation and so on. So this I was doing for 3 months. And on April, I decided to do a bit different, where for each day I was doing a journaling, but I did not like to do the journaling because I felt like I was forced to do it. So I think that only lasts for a few weeks. Yep, as you can see, I stopped doing the journaling every day on 17th of April. It didn't last long because I felt very pushed and I kind of like spending a lot of time on writing when I have other things to do at home. So I did not want to do so much of journaling. So I just stuck with the weekly review. Okay, the weekly review stays. Alright, and the monthly review also stays. Okay, and for the month, May, the same thing. I did my master task list. And then I started back with the daily journaling because I felt like I want to write more. Because when I look back on the month of April, I realized that I like to see what happened on that day. So that's why I started back with the journal for the month of May. But then once again, as I mentioned, May month was a kind of busy day. So I only continued writing for a few days on 10th of May. And then I stopped touching my planner altogether, and straight away the month of June started. I did my master task list and I started with daily journaling again, and this is my weekly review. And I stopped journaling every day. I continued with the daily planning. This is for the month of July. Once again, I started with the master task list and I continued with my daily planning instead. The system that stays with me for now is my weekly review and my monthly review only. So journaling every day, I decided not to continue with. So right now for July, still continuing with the master task list and also my daily planning. I'm still using 2 days in one page. But since I have about 300 more pages and we've already entered the 7th month, I think I'm going to waste a lot of pages at the back. So I decided to, for the month of August, I may be using 1 page a day. I don't know whether I'm going to like the space that I'm going to have, or I will be able to fill it up with a lot of things. I don't know, but it's something that I wanted to try later in the month of August. For now, I am using 2 days in 1 page. And as you see, the 1 page itself is filling up with a lot of things. And there are other things that I want to focus on, which I am tracking in my other books. So I don't know whether I want to combine it in here where I'm going to do my brain dump and project list or those kind of things. So all those things I have been doing it in another planner because I don't want to mess this up. And another reason why I don't want to include everything here, because I don't want to flip through all those pages looking for that one thing. I would rather have it in this completely separate book that I have used up for the brain dump. And I almost forgot, since I have a lot of page in the sterling ink, so I decided to put in a fountain pen ink swatch at the back. So I have not done it yet. I wanted to do this because I have been having problem identifying how the color is going to look like when you write on your planner. So this would be an indicator for me to choose what color of pen that I want to choose based on the ink swatch I've done. But I've not done that yet because this is an ongoing project. So I hope I will be able to complete swatching all my ink bottles. Anyway, as you can see, my planner system have stayed pretty much consistent on having a master task list and doing my weekly review, monthly review, and also daily planning. The daily planning really gives me a structure on how I am going to do all these tasks that I have planned for that day. And together with this, I do use a digital planning as well, which is the Todoist, because in Todoist I can plan how much time that I'm going to spend on that particular task. So yeah, right now I am venturing into doing in both, which is paper planning and also digital planning, but it is still on a trial mode. I haven't got a complete system yet from it. One thing that I want to tell you is I'm a person who tend to swap planners because of all those pretty looking planners that's available out there, and I'm sure some of you relate that. But with the sterling ink, I feel like I don't have to move to other planners because of the blank grid pages pretty much give me a freedom on doing my daily planning on however I want. So that's the reason why I'm able to be in this Sterling Ink planner for a very long time, and I'm still not bored of this. And in fact, as I mentioned earlier, on the month of August, I am going to change my daily planning style a bit. So yeah, that's the reason why I don't get bored. I'm pretty sure you agree with me on this as well. And so yeah, that's it. And if you are interested to know all the daily planning layouts or my weekly layouts and so on, do follow my Instagram channel, Hitch and Hitched. And if you are into planning, productivity and organization, please make sure that you hit the subscribe button and also the notification bell to be notified on all my upcoming videos. So let me know if you have any questions on my system or any other things that you want to know about the Sterling Ink planner, or anything that you want to share, tips or anything. Just post it below. And that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this mid-year planner flip through on my Sterling Ink planner, and happy planning. I will see you in my next video. Bye.